Howdy y'all, Michael here. Today is Friday, March 14th, 2025. I am testing a new piece of software here and some other items. How do I sound? Let me know. Waiting for some people to show up. Here at the trailhead near Stewart's Creek Park here. Little trail system behind me. Let me switch over here. Working with some new things here, trying to figure it out. Should be at 1080p. I hope I can see the chat. Let me see. All right. Test is positive. Thank you, James. I appreciate that, sir. So, let me show you what's over here. Of course, I can't use my buttons on my gimbal, but see if I can get it to switch. Rear camera, there we go. So we had windstorms today, but I really didn't hear them from my house at all. But I do see some branches and stuff over here down. And looking over here, a couple houses here. Don't mean to intrude on people, but like that one over there, there's sections of roof missing. Same situation with this house right over here. So, yeah, it may be a little twitchy. I'm running 1080p at 60 frames per second. So, I'm hoping it's going to work a little bit better. Like I said, this is all a test. Tomorrow is going to be the Go Kit Challenge, and my goal is to be ready for the Go Kit Challenge. And, man, I wish I could use the buttons. I'm using a software called Prism. Let me see if it'll switch back. Is that how I do it? Okay, that's how I do it. Slowly trying to learn everything here. But using a little bit better audio here, so I'm hoping that works too. I will have two microphones. The thing with my phone, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, is it's got a decent video on it. And the audio is okay on this side of the camera. But if I go on the other side of the camera, you can't hear what the person's saying. So, can you change your FPS down? I don't know how to. Let me see if it's making it twitchy. Let's see. Will it let me do it? No, it will not let me change the FPS. I tend to record everything at 60p, so I thought 60p would be wise, but apparently I was wrong. But this is the first time I've ever used Prism. How's Prism working? Let me know. No, Paul, I saw your thing in the beginning, or asking me about Streamlabs or StreamYard, and I'm not using that. I'm using that app I sent you a text on yesterday. John Dobb, who's in Only Japan Go channel, he does all these live streams. How is Prism? Prism, P-R-I-S-M, Papa, Romeo, India, Sierra, Mike, not the other kind of Prism. So, glad it's working here. Let me switch around. Guys, it's not easy to switch around, so I had to press this thing, and then I had to hit another thing, and now it switches over. Yeah, Paul's all about Prism. That's his thing. So I'm only using one mic right now. I will have two mics for tomorrow. So Paul, if you want to join up. I did get a message from Cliff. Cliff's not going to be able to bring out his pack out kit this time around. He's not going to make it tomorrow, so sad trombone there. Really wish he could have been there. But we'll catch him again. So this is Lake Louisville. I'm just testing out the path here, seeing how this all works. And I got extra weight on my phone, so seeing how the gimbal reacts to it. So far it's keeping pretty steady. But how's the wind noise and stuff like that? Let me know how the wind noise is doing. All right, none. Okay, so I'm gonna turn into the wind now. So James is slowly building a kit. James, I look forward to it. I'm gonna turn on my what's it called, noise reduction here. And how does that sound now? Is the noise reducing? It's green, so it says it's noise reducing. So can you still hear the footsteps with that noise reduction on? Just a curiosity here. Wow, that thing really works. Now, how's my voice sound with the noise reduction on? Oh no, yes, okay. Apparently I can do different levels. I think I gotta get into the menu on the device on the camera here. But you can do strong noise reduction. Say you're like in the middle of New York City and all the traffic. Guys, this is hazy out here. I'm just wondering, should I be wearing a mask? I mean, can you see the haze on there? So let me extend a little selfie stick out here. And I'm gonna flip it back around to myself. Okay, that's myself with the selfie stick and the clouded up sun behind me. Let me just turn myself around here. And my gimbal doesn't want to turn with me. There we go. So, as far as the picture, how's it work? Is it full 1080p on your side? Oh, James is in the sandstorm. James, are you coming down for the event? It's just kind of it's like you've had too much chlorine in your eyes. Is that white haze out here? But you got that red dirt in Oklahoma, so I get that. So is it full? So Paul, James, check your settings. Is it coming through 1080p? Because if I use the YouTube app, it comes in at 720p. So I want to do 1080p with the full 60 frames per second and see how that worked. I know it's not the greatest picture for 1080p, but wow, that's amazing. That's worth the app there, Paul. I don't know what Streamlabs does or what their ability is, but using the YouTube app is 720 and maybe 30. So that's very cool. That's very cool. In fact, when I upload my regular videos, it's always 1080, 30 frames. And that's because of the software I use to edit with. I edit everything on this phone. And it's iMovie is what I use. I try to film in 60 so there's not so much blurring when I'm walking around and looking at things. But it always renders in 30. You would have, but you're going through Sunday to go south to the Gulf Coast. Okay. You're in a bad cell spot. Okay. Okay. Well, I wonder if that's why it's jittery or if it was my end. Is it still jittery? Because I'm out on the lake. I'm curious if this lake's really helping my cell signal. So I'm just looking at these other houses here. I don't see any more damage on these houses. Little windmills flying 100 miles an hour there. Maybe those houses had damage beforehand. I don't know. I don't see a shingle one out of place here. Probably should have worn a mask. I'm starting to feel the dust on my throat. There's some stuff at a house up there that's bouncing a little bit. $5.99. There you go. I am videoing in CW. I got a $5.99 report. You know, nobody corrected me on the Lakeside POTA video that I did. I talked about 0 through 5 being signal strength and 0 through 9 being copyability. That's backwards. It's 0 through 5 that's copyability, and 0 through 9 that's signal strength. So, oops. You know, when you turn on a camera and put it in your face, you're going to mess things up. And I think I did a pretty good job messing up on that video, but nobody called me out on it. Nobody called me out on it. I thought his hands were supposed to call each other out and stuff like that. And I had, what, 4,000 views on that or so? I don't know. It was a pretty good video. A lot of fun with you, Paul. Paul, we got to do some more POTAs. And I kind of like the Prism app. I don't know if you can link it in with StreamYard and Streamlabs. It would be kind of cool to test it. I'm thinking about using this setup for our live stream Sunday nights. So if you're not already part of it, on Sunday nights at 8:30, I don't know, a chance to waver a little bit sometimes. But I think Paul usually has it about, last Sunday was 8:30. And we just have a rag shoot crew. And we just like chatting with each other. Sometimes we have subjects, sometimes we don't. Oh, the sun looks like the fake sun in the Truman Show. Well, it is under a lot of dust, so I'm not too worried about that. Man, I need to change my screen protector out. It does have a lot of reflection here, so I really can't see the text as well. I'm going to make it up to the gazebo here. Take a walk to it. This is definitely HOA area. Beautiful homes here, though. I don't live in an HOA area. But let me show you this gazebo here. Little girl just ran past me. Kind of scared me there. Didn't hear it coming. But she's going fast. Good gosh. Faster than I could run. If I try to run right now, I'd probably have a heart attack. So, I want to see this sign here. It's probably saying, don't touch our gazebo. What do you bet? Got a couple of park grills out there. Private property, Stewart's Friends South Shore HOA. It's a HOA. So there's the gazebo that I'm not to take part of. So I will be at US 3043 next week sometime between friends. Oh, cool. You did that. Cliff, you're coming in too. Glad you can join us. I'm just doing some testing here. I got a Prism, which is an app I'm using. It allows me to do no playing beyond this point. You're right. It allows me to do full 1080 on a stream. Most streams, if you use the app, It's limited to 720, but this one does 1080 at 60 frames per second. So far it's been pretty good. Also working with a new mic. I do have a dead cat on the mic. I actually have two of them. I'm going to try this out tomorrow at the Go Kit Challenge. Tomorrow morning, I think people can start setting up at 7:30 in the morning, so I'll probably get there a little early. Maybe bring myself some coffee. But you know what? I think Dale's going to be there, so there'll be some good old camp style coffee there. I'm just trying to read y'all's things. I didn't get a large print. Maybe I can adjust that somehow. Paul, why don't you play with the Prism app and let me know the tips and tricks. It took me a little while to figure out how to activate this live stream. I was able to schedule it through the app, and it is fully hooked up. And honestly, I do have a Twitch channel. I could broadcast on multi platforms all at once just using this app. So maybe tomorrow, if you go to GettingOutInLife on Twitch and GettingOutInLife on YouTube, actually I need the view hours, so watch both of them. I need the view hours for YouTube. Not quite monetized yet. Yeah, I sure hope the winds die down. Good gosh. Nobody before 8. I think they announced 7:30 at the LARC meeting. So it can do 1080 at 60 frames, but can it do it with an iPhone or an Android? Oh, there you go. Paul, I think we found our new Poto area, except this is not a park. I don't think this is on the park registry here. It is Lake Louisville. Are there any Poto places in Lake Louisville? Because right here would be awesome, except for the wind. Now I'm starting to feel the wind. Okay, and I'm starting to get into my eyes too. Maybe we could do the Texas State QSO party there or something. Putting my back to the sun right now to keep dust out my eyes. Man, it is hazy. Good gosh, is it hazy. I'm going to start heading back here. So far, pretty successful test. I don't think I can do it in a crowded area with this. Now, these mics that I'm using, they're 2.4 gigahertz, but they do bounce around frequencies to try to keep a clear signal. The YouTubers that have reviewed them said that they will do just fine. If I remember the name of it, it's Sarah Monix, S-A-R-A Monix. So far I've been pretty impressed with it. I sent Paul some videos earlier, just on my camera, just my regular camera on my phone. Thank you for the audio report. So I'm seeing girl, she's fast. I'll get a deal, James. I'm glad it's a positive thing. Because the mic's on the iPhone, if I'm holding it close, it works fine. If I'm not, If I'm trying to film somebody and they're talking, you have to be an awful good lip reader there. Oh wow! So yeah, the gimbal I'm using right now is a DJI OM5. I bought it about 2 or 3 years ago because I tend to film with my Canon G7X more. I haven't been using my gimbal as much. Captain America. Did I miss something? Yeah, I am using the gimbal. And that was part of my test here was I want to make sure it can handle the weight. Oh, yeah. You didn't see streaks of red, white, and blue running behind her though. But she was pretty fast. I mean, she looked great at school age. So, proud of her for doing that. My goodness, I've never been a runner. Seems not a bit non-gimbly. Okay, I'm swinging my gimbal back and forth over and over. If you want to see if it's not gimbly. Now this is a lot more weight. The reason why I went with the OM5 was my phone is kind of heavy. It's the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And most of the gimbals at the time, the OM4s and the older, could not handle the weight of the iPhone. Now I stuck this little box into the end of it, and it's what's receiving and fitting into the iPhone. So it's got a little more weight to it. So can I back up a little bit? So what did Hollywood say? Yeah, the sun's not so bright when it's all hazed up like this. Well, the gimbal stabilization's on. I'm moving my arm back and forth. I don't know if you can see that. So the gimbal is doing its job. Oh, flipped it over. I went too far. And my receiver box actually hit the gimbal. But the other thing about this gimbal is it's got the selfie stick built into it. This is the first year that they did that. So I don't think this app has any stabilization in it. I do know that I sometimes go in the wrong direction on the joystick there. Man, it just looks dirty out here. I'm gonna probably have dust all over me. Probably do some laundry when I get home. Okay, Paul, I don't know. If I lose a connection, will a Prism rehook back up? I mean, does the YouTube app do that? Now, Prism should work like Streamlabs or StreamYard, I would imagine. Yeah, I said dirty. All right, Chris, have a good one, and Gonna work. Take care, man. So I know if you have a complete crash out with StreamYard or Streamlabs or the YouTube app, eventually it's going to give up on you. It won't let you continue it. I also seen where one YouTuber walked past some music by Journey, and YouTube just shut his audio off. So he had to shut the stream down and start over again. He had over 1,000 people viewing at the time. Yeah, I'm not going to test that. I'm not going to put any airplane on. I have enough trouble trying to figure everything out. And when you have a phone on the gimbal, everything kind of moves around after time. The other problem I have with the phone is I have to look to the left so it looks like I'm looking at you, because if I look at the screen and see myself, it's quite different. I think I'm better with the selfie stick out. Let's try that. Other way, Michael. There you go. Yeah, I like to get into the deep menus, but that means I have to close this app down and try another thing and try another thing, and I think I just would mess it up. Now, question on the audio. Have I overmodulated at all? There's something that I can turn on to protect itself. But if I do something like, hey, yo, did that overmodulate? Perfect modulation. Now, one YouTuber I saw talking about this, what is it, ceremonic mic, is that works with a PlayStation. So you can have your PlayStation audio by mic that you stick on there. I haven't played a PlayStation since PlayStation 1. I just aged myself. Hollywood knows a thing or two about modulation. There you go. I just remember the modulation index. Get dust coming out of my mouth. Excuse me. Oh, Redbird just flew by. I just remember modulation index question on the extra test. So if you have a sound modulation of 2 and RF modulation of 3, something like that, what's your modulation index? So 2 times 3 equals 6. That was my math question on the extra test. I was sweating the math, trying to learn all the formulas, and that was my math question. Only math question that I remember on the test. Well, I just lost it. There we go. This dust is awful. This would be a good spot for a little home film, a little horror flick. A little Blair Witch action here. So this trail is free. If you go into where Spruce Creek is, which is pretty expensive to get in and out of now. They keep going up in price. Because there's a quick way to get into this area in a heavy, densely populated city area. We used to have very few people in this city. In fact, over our main street, you might see a car every 20-30 minutes. And now it seems like it's gridlock inner city traffic now. Oh, here's a QR code. Y'all take your cameras and let me know what that means. Yeah, I'll stay out of the poison ivy. Okay, Kelly said it. 8 a.m. Everybody get ready to get set up at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Hopefully I don't get sick from all the dust here. But I look forward to seeing everybody at the Go Kid Challenge. We had people from Houston, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Arkansas are starting to come to this thing. And this started like a very small event, and I've been to every single one of them. I think the first one we had a dozen, maybe 18 people there. It was a lot of fun. By the way, this sundial doesn't work, but I want to show it to you. It's pretty cool. Apparently, you can adjust it by the month here. So, February, March. So that's where you have to line it up. And then you can find out what time it is. Of course, it's got daylight wasting time on there as well. But you can see where north is. And I can't remember how to use it. Of course, the dust and wind doesn't work. That's called the human sundial. And I think you have to use your body to get lined up, and wherever your shadow's casting, you got to make sure you stand on the right month of the year there. Oh, I just found where I can zoom in here, I think. Oh yeah, look at that. It's right on my camera. But that's pretty cool. And this other thing is pretty cool. I see these at a lot of parks here in North Texas. Not the park bench, but the park bench is definitely worth it. It's got the Swelts family. Rest here when you're weary, refresh and renew yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit. Then get back to working out. Get your butt moving. There you go. But this is a repair stand for your bicycle. And I think it's pretty cool that they have that. They even have a little air pump there. And every bike tool you probably need on a steel cable. And you just hang your bike up here. Give yourself some work to do. Or a place to work it. So you're not laying on your back trying to get it all fixed. Okay. All right. Well, my wobble is because of the way I'm holding it. Let me adjust this a little bit because I was holding the deal. Yeah, I see the wobble now. Yeah, I see that wobble. It could be I have this thing overloaded. But thanks for hanging out with me and testing this out. It's a little fun. And we'll catch you tomorrow at the Go Kid Challenge. I don't know when I'm going to go live, but I'm going to go live. I'm going to try to film a regular episode. Tomorrow night's another event, and I'm debating whether I can make that or not. It looks like I had to buy tickets to it. It involves a lot of fire being twirled around. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not, but if I do, I'll try to film a second episode. And spring break's this week for us, I think. I think that's my understanding. And do I know what I'm doing? There you go. Hey, I got a short with Len. Well said, Len, Len. Check out that one. I thought that was just golden. But anyways, it takes time to edit the videos, so I don't know if going to that event tomorrow night or just wait till the next event that it happens. Might want to do that. So yeah, great video. Great video, Paul. But yeah, Paul, is this spring break in Little Elm? I think it is in the Colony. But I don't have school-age kids anymore, so I don't know. So, pack-out challenge. That sounds interesting. But unfortunately, Cliff's not going to be there, so But guys, thank you for helping me test this out, and maybe I need to work on my gimbal skills. I know if you tilt too much, your gimbal will start to veer off on you. So that's just a little trick. You want to hold it as vertical as you can. It stays a little more stable. But my arm's getting tired. That's probably where all this wobbling's happening from. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care. Be safe. Bye. Okay, so here's my next trick. How do I end it? Oh, end.